So this is the part two, where I'm going to work with the adding the fixed columns widths to all of my tables. And you're going to see me go through my schema and then see what values, and I guess I'm going to only add it to queries that, or columns I think that might scale and get big, where then the MySQL engine might actually those optimizations might actually have a seeable difference. Whereas if it's something, I have a few tables that are pretty much only hold like query strings, there's only 100 of them, and I just pull them all at once, so it doesn't need that actually. We'll go through it and I'll explain why throughout I'm doing this. Because keep in mind, there may be dozens, I mean dozens of people going to this website. So optimizations are really important. Okay, let's see here. Categories, that's set. That's limited, and users are not allowed to create them simply because for searching and filtering. I don't know, maybe, and that if you've seen the UI that I put for it, it's got to have to some sort of limit, or else I wouldn't be able to fit in that fancy thing I made. So to here, categorizations. Oh wait, that's just the parent model that does relations between the two. Charts, that just is keeping all of the YouTube URLs. Comments. Now this is something actually that definitely should have optimizations to it. So username copy. First, I'll just actually have to work on the users. Okay. Or wait, no, songs. I'll start with songs actually. See here, song title, YouTube URL. Okay, a song title is definitely one that I'm going to have to do a little research. So this is how I'll do it. I will go to Firefox, and since they're all YouTube, for YouTube, the name of the song is the title of the video. So let's see here. All right. Okay. I'm gonna try to add a video and see how many characters I can fit that they'll allow me. Okay, so upload. Okay, I'm gonna drop one of these random videos in there, but of course I'm not gonna. If you hear the fan running, it's because I just made an iMovie putting these videos. They're all 5 minutes together, and it's actually pretty CPU intensive. Okay, anyways, let's see how long of the name I can put in there. They're probably going to stop me eventually. I'm not even sure if I'm going to put this, see if I'm still doing. I hope it's not going to be like a validation afterwards. This is something that, maybe their documentation says it. I'm sorry if I'm just doing all of this not pre-planning like most of bloggers do. Let's see here. YouTube video title max length. Okay, great. And 100 character limit for titles. Great. And then I also have iTunes. I wonder what their max is. So we know it's 100 for them. And then iTunes, they might not have this because it's not user created. Title limit. Oh, no way, it's 255 characters. That's the size of an actual string. Okay, so I looked up an iTunes limit for the longest song is actually limited by uh, common SQL string data types size, which is 255 characters. And this is apparently the longest song. It's a, man, it's like a whole sentence. Okay, let's see here. Hmm. Uh, well, I'll think of a country that has really long uh, uh, names for songs. Let's try that. And I can just pull up a random one. I don't know if you know what? I'm going to set the limit at 200 and pray that not everything will get screwed up. Okay, so let me write down, I'm going to make a text edit, so new, and be song title, and that's going to be a limit of, I guess, 200. I mean, most people don't. And this is going to be the top songs. I don't think that would ever come by, but see here, YouTube URL. That should be actually very fixed. I think, uh, let's see here. Maybe I could actually look at it. So I'm going to go into the Rails console. Okay. And let's see here, what is it? It is charts has it. All the URLs I found that all equals yo equals charts.all. Oh no, chart.all, I apologize. All right. All right, yeah, I deleted a playlist a long time ago, like a month ago. I had a different implementation. Okay, great. So yo, let's try. Let's see. It's a one dot feed. What do I call it? Feed get, I believe. Yep, feed get. Feed underscore get. Oh my God, that's really wrong looking. Okay, okay, all right. This and then size 87. All right. Let's do 2, 87. Let's do 3, 87. Uh, I'm not really sure. I know I could write a script that could like work through it, but when I'm in a console, it's a little hard, I guess, with the end and everything. 4, 87. I'm thinking there's a pattern. There should be a fixed length on uh, the hash table link that YouTube uses. If not, that'd be ridiculous, right? So it's 87. All right. So I'm going to set that at 95 just in case I'm sort of wrong. Now, where did I put that thing? Okay. And that would be, hold on, also it's not actually just, I want to see maybe if it's, oh wait, that's feed get, that's different. That is the playlist. I apologize. I should have done song.all equals yo equals song.all. Okay. All right. Now it's going to be YouTube URL, I believe. YouTube URL dot size 40. Okay. 40. Okay. Let's see, 55. 40. Okay. Let's do 66. Okay. Let's do. I'm not sure if you can do last on an arrays. And let's see. Oh, 40. Okay, it's 40. All right. I'm still gonna just be a little generous. All of these. YouTube URL, comma comma limit. What was it? Was it 40? So I'm going to do 60, just in case. Let's see here. What else is there on the? This is a song. Let's see, song. Created at Reflect Inc. That's an old thing. Number of votes, average, which should definitely have a limit size. Total score, number of stars. You know, I was just thinking, this is probably really boring. So I will just do this myself, but I want to explain why I'm doing this. Because no one wants to watch me figure out all these things, but I'll explain why. The reason why, I believe, I mean, I didn't write MySQL, and I don't really have, or any SQL, engine, but it's kind of logical. The reason why is when you have a set size, you can actually figure out how many steps. Like, it's easier to pop to the next one. For example, that's how computers themselves work. A Boolean, while it could be one bit, because it's just a 1 or 0, but it's not. It's actually 1 byte, and that is simply for efficiency reasons, because of hexadecimal addresses. Booleans, if it's a string, if you know it's a character, like a varchar, which is actually an array of characters, or, well, yeah, if it's in C, it's a varchar, and that is a string. But a string is essentially, they know that they're going to only have to skip 1 byte to get to K element, or whatever. And then if it's like an integer, a standard integer, it's 4 bytes. And the reason why is just so it's easier to actually skip to it. You can do like a binary search. Sorry, that was really loud. But where if you had variable lengths for columns, then it can't do this optimization. It would actually have to go n times. It could potentially go iterate through the entire thing, because there's no point where they can know, oh, for sure this is where element 62 is stored. Now, me putting these limits actually on these tables, I'm not exactly sure. Maybe MySQL, if it is a string, it just puts everything as 255 regardless. That might be a thing. But I know that text is variable, and everything in my database is never that long. I don't let people write their life story on it. Anything that's with a lot of writing is that just me typing HTML. Just a few other points. Prove efficiency of engines looking up by having set sizes. Okay, explain that. Note to self, tell user why. Already did that. Side note, flat versus normalized. Why I pick flat-ish. Okay, the reason why I picked flat-ish, like for example, I have a lot of relational data. For example, user.find 2, and I'm gonna make this at me. All right, great. Oh man, now you guys know my user ID. Okay, whatever, doesn't matter. It's not like there's anything personal on here. So, you will see right here, share posts count 96. Now that is a counter cache that comes with Rails, and I do that so that you don't have to actually do a whole counting, which can be really expensive if there's expensive if you've been there, if you have a lot of share posts within the database, and it has to go through, even though it's indexed, it still needs to uh, look for that and at least pull it, even if it's really well indexed. Or it's better to, if you're just going to be pulling something, even with an includes, that takes more, even though it's more efficient than just doing n plus 1. And what I mean by n plus 1 is, let's say I pull like, well, let's see here, we can just do this. So I've got me, and then I can do, oh, songs, no, that's, no, wait, actually it would have to be like this. Share post dot last, right? Oh, I forgot to sign it to something. ww equals share post. Okay, ww dot user dot aws underscore URL. All right. So it had to do another, as you see right here, query. That's an n plus 1 problem. If I do it includes this share post dot last last. Think. Do I do includes first? Well, I'll try it actually. I forgot. Includes user. Okay, never mind. Maybe include. Oh, nope. Sorry. Maybe this dot last. Nope. Hold on. There's only one way to figure this out. You have to go back. This is really embarrassing, but I don't know. I just sometimes some syntax is exactly how you're supposed to write it. Create. I got to go up. I have an includes in here somewhere. Offset. Okay. Where offset includes, okay, with an S. Yes, that makes more sense. Last. There we go. Okay, great. There. And now I do www.user.aws underscore URL and no extra query. It did it with itself. n plus 1 is when I got the share posts, and let's say I'm iterating through it, and then I do aws.url, and it has to pull up each time, n times, including the first one. That's why that's a plus 1. That could be an issue if there's like information in different databases. I don't know. So I make it a little bit more flat. Here's another thing. Comments. Comment dot last, right? Hey equals. All right. Hey, and I can do, I think it's user. Where is it? IMG. User image. That's our AWS URL. And then there's also username copy, underscore copy. And the reason why I do that is the comments that if I want to pull out the comments with a share post, I don't want to have to also, I could do some sort of mapping where you have because the users at the post and the parent ID, would you do an includes on that, and if you get another query nested inside it. It's better to have a little bit of flat because space is cheaper than query time and internet infrastructure and everything else. I think I bought a hard drive, and it was a lot of, it was like a, well, it's like a more than a gigabyte, I forgot what you call it, but it was super cheap. So in general, I think that response time is more important than a slightly flatter UI is, I mean, a flatter database that takes up more space, I think for this type of app is a little bit better. Now, I'm not saying, I mean, normalizing is great and everything, and sometimes joins don't really take that long, but in instances like with the comments and the username, it can get a little tricky. So that's why I decided to go with that approach. Anyways, that is this video. Now, I was going to show you me changing all the columns and limiting them so I can have potentially the SQL or MySQL engine be more optimized when it's doing queries, because I'm telling you, dozens of people hits per day. So you got to keep those milliseconds down. Anyways, thanks for watching, and hope you see my other videos as well. Thank you. Oh wait, one more thing. Never mind. Okay, thank you.